Welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And today we are going to talk about one of my favorite things, which is Hampton restaurants. I have guests from two restaurants, Randy Bowman from Bowman's Soul in the Wall and Nicole Layton from Graham and Rollins or Hampton Seafood Market. Welcome.
Thank you.
So Hampton does Restaurant Week for 2 weeks, which I think a lot of localities don't. And we have a week to go, and I am very excited to go more places. So if each of you would tell me what your specials are, that would get me and the audience hungry.
Okay, I'll go first. My name is Randy Bowman. I'm the owner of Bowman's Soul in the Wall, located at 1899 North Armstead Avenue in Hampton. Our specials for lunch, we decided to strictly stick with lunch because we had been closed due to COVID for lunch, so we have recently opened back up. So we wanted the public to know, hey, we're back, and the specials that we are featuring would be a special chicken sandwich that I designed when the chicken war sandwich was out. So I think we're right up there with the rest of the restaurants with the chicken sandwich. And then we also have a Bow's burger that we have a special sauce. And then we have a fish sandwich, a whiting fish sandwich or a catfish. And you get one side, and we're featuring that for just $10.
That's a deal.
Absolutely.
Well, tell me about the chicken sandwich. So is that a grilled chicken, a breaded? It's a breaded chicken, right? That's fried?
It's a breaded chicken with our secret seasons, and we marinate it for 24 hours.
Oh.
And it is on a buttered bun, and it's delicious.
It sounds good.
Yes, it is.
Is that, well, what do you think is the specialty? Is it all three of them? Is there anything, like if I were going in for the first time?
If you were coming in for the first time, I would suggest the fish sandwich.
Okay.
We have an awesome catfish sandwich. Doesn't have the skin on it. It's seasoned very well, seasoned to perfection. And on that bun and the lettuce and tomato is excellent. A very light meal for lunch.
Wonderful. That's a big meal to me. A very big meal. So, Nicole, what do you have as your specials?
So right now we have a special crab dip appetizer. It's a kind of a cheesy Parmesan crab dip, and it comes with fried pita chips. Then we have a pick two combo. You can pick either our seafood gumbo, which is a huge favorite, and right now we have a special soup, our shrimp and corn chowder.
Oh, that sounds good too.
It's delicious. Perfect for this cold weather turn again. And then you can pick either our wild catfish po' boy or our fried shrimp Caesar wrap to go with that for our $15 choice.
Oh, and that's lunch?
That's lunch.
Oh my gosh, that's a huge
And then
lunch.
for dinner, you can choose one of the soups again, or and then either our seafood ceviche served with a black bean salad, or a scallop and shrimp skewer with rice in one side.
Oh my gosh, both of these are making me hungry. And both of them have that element of seafood or fish, you know, that bring you right back to Hampton and the water and all those kinds of things.
Absolutely.
Randy, you've had your restaurant for how long?
Be 6 years in November.
Why do you do Restaurant Week? Like, to offer what you're offering for $10 does not sound like you're going to make a lot of money.
Absolutely. We really break even, but being a pillar in the community and people hear about us, I want you to come into the four walls and see what we're about, what we offer, taste the food, and that way I know once you taste the food, you'll come back.
And it's different that you're reopening for lunch now. I think that it opens doors to a different crowd of people.
Absolutely. Our price point, even outside of Restaurant Week, it's a deal breaker, whereas we are very competitive with the fast food restaurants.
Because that's where you are. You're in that neighborhood of, you know, toward Mercury
Coliseum
Boulevard.
Central,
yeah.
fast foods, the lines are out the door, but when you get to the register and you ring up, you know, a combo meal versus getting a home-cooked meal, you're spending the same thing. So quality versus value.
And I think that means a lot to me because I know more about what the ingredients are. I know there's not a whole lot of, you know, fillers or sugars or a lot of added things. I'm getting real food.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
And you guys, you're just a destination. I mean,
We are a destination. We've been there since the 80s. Before us was Phillips Seafood in the same location, which was a staple of Old Hampton.
Right. I actually remember that.
We get a lot of people that do. And, you know, we've been kind of a hidden gem also in the community. A lot of old timers know about us, but we still get a lot of people who have lived their whole lives here and haven't heard about us until they see us on Restaurant Week and come in for the very first time and are amazed at everything we have to offer with our seafood market and our restaurant.
Well, you're off the beaten path.
We
You know,
are.
people have to go looking for it. And, which I still don't understand, you don't use the Johnny Graham name on the restaurant.
We don't. It is called the Hampton Seafood Market and Restaurant. Our brand name is Graham and Rollins. We, make our crab cakes, pick all of our crab meat, one of the largest remaining crab plants on the East Coast and definitely in Virginia. And so people associate the name Graham and Rollins, but when they try to find us, they do get a little confused sometimes.
Yeah.
But we are the Hampton Seafood Market and Restaurant. We do carry all of the Graham and Rollins products.
I remember Johnny Graham told me one time that there were people in Hampton ordering online and paying the shipping fee when they could just go and pick it up.
There are. I've heard from people who see us on shows like QVC and they order, and then we're like, why aren't they shipping to Norfolk and Portsmouth from
Right.
QVC? So it's definitely a challenge to get people to understand how local we are.
So, Randy, what is the challenge for a local restaurant that is not a chain that, people might not seek out? I mean, you're almost on Mercury, but you're kind of around the corner just a little bit. How do you stay competitive with the fast foods or the chains? Because if people move from another area, they know the chain restaurant names.
Believe it or not, we don't do any advertising outside of Facebook. Our success has stemmed from our customer service and people coming in and referrals. We get so many people that come in for the first time and, they were looking for turkey wings, which is a favorite, or smothered pork chops. And they said, well, I told someone I was looking for some good food, and they said, try Bowman's. Well, where is that? So when they come in and they taste the food, and it's like, you've been here this long? Yes, we've been there 6 years, but it comes from referrals. Our restaurant is very unique, whereas we are like a neighborhood grill restaurant. When you come in, you meet someone for the first time, and after that, you're going to keep coming back, and then you're going to come and you're going to meet up with those same folks that you met on the first visit, and you're just going to come and just have a chat and just come after work. And if we have any special events, you're going to show up at those special events because you met some unique people that we all have something in common. And we sit down and we collaborate, and it's just a fun place to come outside of just eating the food.
Now, see, I was going to say one of your best advertisings, and probably one of the ways I know it best, is you do so many community events. You have meetings there. You do special things for kids, I think, school kids. I mean, there's a lot that you've done in the past that gets your name out there in such a positive way.
Absolutely. I work for a Fortune 500 company, whereas being a servant leader was indoctrinated into us. We had to go out in the community. And I have to be the first to say I didn't like it. But once I started going out there, meeting people, and that was part of the job, once I got my own restaurant, I made it a point to continue, because a small business is the pillar and the driver of the community, and it's only such because people come in and support you. So you have to learn how to give back. And it's a good feeling for me. It's a good feeling because all the time, we, my team and I, my family and I, and my customers and I, we always look for ways to give back to the community, and we pay it forward.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what stands out in my mind about your restaurant. Is that true of a lot of local restaurants as opposed to the chains? I mean, your roots are in the community for an extremely long time, right?
They are. We participate in a lot of the festivals around here, the Coast and Seafood Festival. We try doing a lot of outreach with the city of Hampton. We've contributed to the Peak Childhood Center. It really is small family-owned businesses contribute to their community, and that's how you build your resources, how you build your family in your restaurants.
Yeah, and I would say, and I'm not going to try to name every restaurant that's participating in Restaurant Week, but it really is a huge variety. I mean, you've got the Baker's Wife and Foxtail from Phoebus and Mango. Mango has a special, and there's okay, wait, I'm going to try to remember. They have their French toast.
They do.
Which is really, really good. And I can't remember if that's a breakfast or a lunch or a dinner, exactly how they're working it, but it's beautiful and it tastes so good. So there's a lot of those. The hotel downtown, they've completely renovated, and I'm going to forget the name, The Landing, and there's a name of the restaurant, Cooper Barley, I can't remember exactly. But they're in it, and so there's such a variety of price points, too. I mean, I think some of them go up to $35 for a meal. Some of them are less. And you can go out for lunch, which I'm going to do today, or you can go out for dinner. You can go out multiple times. I mean, it is just such a good chance for people to try something new. We tend to get in our ruts and go the same place every time. This is a really good chance for people to reach out and find out what's out there.
It does, and I think people see the price points and see a fixed price point and think that's accessible to me.
Right.
Rather than being unsure when you're trying somewhere new.
Which, neither of your restaurants is extremely pricey. It's probably not that much less expensive than it would be any time. It's just the combo, kind of situation is going to save people maybe a little bit more money.
Our motto has always been simply prepared, casually served. We're not a fancy place. Mm-hmm. We've had people call and ask if we take reservations, and we kind of laugh. But it really does get you out there and get people to see that you are there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that locally owned restaurants have to do that because, we're a highly military community. There's a lot of transient people, and they're going to go to the places they went to in, Chicago or on the West Coast or in New England or places, that seem familiar to them. And those are lovely places. Don't get me wrong. We're happy to have them, but it's not the same thing as, a local restaurant with roots in the community that isn't serving giant portions and keeping things warm off to the side here. It's cooked for you, and it's fresh and really good.
Absolutely.
Well, I want people to now go out and eat because this is pretty awesome. Is there anything else you guys want to add? I should really probably say Seafood Market is not just a restaurant. That is also the place to get the most amazing fresh fish and seafood all year round, really.
It is. We carry all seasonally available fish. We have a whole fish line of whole fish where we will fillet it or cut it to however you need. We have fillets prepared. Right now we have live crawfish that we're bringing up from Louisiana.
Are you really?
We are. Oh. We get it usually Thursday or Fridays. We have a truck that comes up from Louisiana and drops it off for us. They are also bringing up some blue crabs from Louisiana right now. As they're not in season here.
They're not real blue crabs, though, are they?
They are real blue crabs. They're the same exact species. They're not Chesapeake Bay.
Blue crabs.
They are Gulf. But they are blue crabs, and our season is coming up soon. March 17th is the opening day of crab season this year. The water has been very warm, and we are very hopeful that it's going to be a very fruitful season.
All right. And Randy, we talked about your lunch specials because that's what you're offering for Restaurant Week. But let's talk about what some of your dinner options are.
Well, the dinner options they range. We have the seafood, and then we go to some of the southern really dishes that you don't get a lot, like the liver and onions and the meatloaf, and all of those. Everything is fresh. People come in, and sometimes they tend to complain because it's a 45-minute wait, but we do a lot of to-go, so the restaurant might not be packed, so they were wondering, why is it taking 45 minutes? But we pride ourselves because we don't do a heat lamp.
Yeah.
I think a heat lamp dries out your food, and then you're going to have a bad review. So just be patient when you come in and understand whatever you get, it's going to be fresh, and it's going to be worth the wait. And also now that COVID is over, we are, for the evening time, we're doing a little bit of entertainment, and that's been doing pretty good. So we have karaoke on Thursday nights. Friday, we're dabbling a little bit with jazz. That's a little bit slow right now, but I can see it's picking up. Mm-hmm. And we're just there for the community. And, we'll give you a prime example. We had a gentleman called, and something happened where his repast fell through last Saturday. And he called. He was actually in the restaurant, and I was out at home. And he said, "Look, I need a favor." And they called me, and I said, "What's going on?" And they said, "Well, we need a repast." I said, "Okay, we can do a repast." "No, we need it like in 45 minutes." I said, "Huh? 45 minutes? Okay. How many people?" 75.
Oh Oh my God.
I dropped what I was doing. I got on the phone while I was driving down Mercury Boulevard, made some phone calls, got the people in there, and everyone was happy at the end of the day. But that's what we do. We
Yeah.
have to service the community even at the drop of a dime.
All right. Well, thank you both very much for coming by. And I hope you're hungry because these two places and all the places for Restaurant Week are wonderful. And I think if you look at the site, it is hamptonrestaurantweek.com, or you can get there through the Convention and Visitors Bureau site. Take the time, look at the specials, like plan out where you're going to go for lunch this week, where you're going to go for dinner. It is worth hitting as many as you can. I guarantee it will be delicious. Thanks for watching.